I would urge President Trump to go all in. There's nothing left standing in Iran regarding their nuclear program.
For the Democrats to continue to say, oh, mostly peaceful, all you got to do is run this video. I mean, look at the looting that is going on. These are the same Democrats who deployed law enforcement to a beach to make sure you were wearing your mask.
Well, first things first, I just would like to welcome in World War III and the beginning of the end of the United States of America. Here is something that no one looks at, no one talks about, no one sees. Your credit markets are currently pricing in a 6-level credit downgrade, which is different than a ground grade. So remember when we had a good credit rating? Well, we ain't gonna have that anymore. It'll give it a B, which is just a smidge. If you've ever seen a smidge. Here is currently a smidge. This is also a smidge and also might be a good idea. So when we get our downgrade of B, guys, this is like just above, again, a smidge above investment grade. Not looking good. Credit markets. Notice the red line. See, you have AAA, you have AA plus, you got AA plus A. Coming down here, look, we're above my head. Here we is. And let me just check and see if that number is going down. No, it's going up. So let me get this right. We got World War III knocking at our doorstep, if you can knock at a doorstep. Because honestly, if you've ever tried knocking at someone's doorstep, they're like, I couldn't hear you. Next time, try the door. It's just a smidge away from the doorstep. Bravo, if things were so bad, why stock market go up? I will get to that. Trade it. But also buy gold. It's not at all-time highs. I'll get to that too. Because the entire credit system is completely broken. Normally, people are like, oh my gosh, World War III dead. Let's run to treasuries. Let's run to the bond market. TLT rips higher. It's opposite. Things are changing and you're gonna need to pivot. It's kind of like holidays and you put on 10 pounds and you go, I got this. I take it off every time. You stop eating and then your weight goes up. So you're like, well, I'll stop eating more. Your weight continues to go up. It's changed. Like one of my mottos in life, continue to do it until it stops working. If it stops working, stop doing it. It's kind of like this. This is what's going on right now. Military, sending military, bombing, war, make money, keep doing it because you keep making money. And they'll probably stop doing it when they stop making money. That's lo and behold, just like clockwork, guess what, kids? We going to war. As Iran is preparing for the, quote, largest and most intense missile attack in history on Israeli soil. I was going to say Israel. I know America and the orange guy is like, we will have no part of that. Okay, well, all right, here we go. As you know, on this channel, I don't like governments. I'm not a fan of the radical left, of the radical right. I'm also not a fan of a king as a leader. So we woke up this morning, thank goodness. We don't have one. It looks like their agenda worked. Also, if you are new and you want to know where do I stand, well, I'm on the opposite side of Google and YouTube. I think 2 weeks ago, someone at YouTube saw my channel and they're like, stop this guy. Also, to my loyal fans that keep coming back, I know you have to search now. Just want to say thank you for hanging out. And also, can you check and see if you've been unsubscribed? Bravo, it actually happened. I was unsubscribed from your channel. That's what happens when you're on the opposite side of Google. Or like during COVID, I was on the opposite side. I am on the complete opposite side of, okay, ready for this, mandatory masks. Mind you, this was the king last time. Remember the king? Mandatory. It wasn't maybe, it wasn't if, it was you had to. Vaccines. It was mandatory. Even though right about now, they're erasing the history books. I remember it. I'm not crazy. They said, do you want to keep your job? You got to get the shot. I was like, since when were you big government and big pharmaceutical companies? Like everyone was like, we trust the pharmaceutical companies, the corporations. So it was such like a weird flip. So this was me, okay? And my channel was locked down. The king at the time was really big into that mandatory lockdown. That's when YouTube really came after my channel. China, I would show like they were actually welding the doors closed to these people's homes. They ain't coming out. So the king from a year ago that had mandatory is different than the king that they're calling now, which it's not mandatory. The same arguments back then are as crazy as they are now. Back then was like, well, if you don't get the shot, you're going to get me sick. I'm like, but if you're vaccinated, you're not going to get sick. But hold on, Big Mike, I think he still will. Oh, and by the way, I think I'm about a 10 for 10 being on the right side of history. Like I am down here in LA right now. Don't even try to interview these people. And the truth is, if I had a microphone, they're not allowed to talk to me. But I will let you listen into one kid with a mullet that was able to get some clowns to talk. Literally.
But did you vote for Obama and Biden?
I did, yeah.
How do you feel about their deportations, being they actually deported more people than Donald Trump?
That's a good question because I really wasn't paying attention at that point. So I can't really say.
Oh, and guys, just to let you know, I have a lot of friends. I mean, lived in California for 50 years. So you tend to accumulate liberal friends. And most of them have really good hearts. It's like giving a homeless man $1 million. Like, I saved it my whole life. I'm going to bless this man. I'm like, I see your heart, but I don't know if it's going to turn out the way you think it is. It's like giving your kids a lot of money. Make $1 million when they're 6, when they're 14. I mean, imagine. Here's $1 million, 14-year-old. How about 16? Imagine the amount of Lamborghinis that they're going to blow through. Anywho, Elizabeth Warren, today, again, it's no make a sense to me. I stand with the millions, and there is, you guys, and I get it, and I stand here with you, the millions of Americans making clear this country doesn't belong to a king. It's a democracy. It belongs to the people. Does someone want to tell her? We still don't have a king. I don't even get it. Like, there's nothing to argue. Our balance of power to the president is so limited. The dude can't even do anything. Our rogue federal judges are like, no. What the president can do and what he is doing when things are legal and things are illegal, like someone breaks into your home, legal or illegal. I'm going to go with, I'm going on a limb here, it's illegal. So picture this, you build a fence in front of your house in front of your house, security systems, dogs, you name it. They break in, they jump the fence illegally because it's illegal. They come into your house and they're like, mi casa, su casa. Then the argument is, well, hey, I mean, Mexico, it was Mexico's first. Well, if you really want to get into the weeds, do you want to talk about Spain? So really quick, if for some reason you have a friend that's of logic, will you share this video with him? But give them all the counter arguments first. Like he's, all right, so his hair, he's like kooky. I think you'll have a light bulb moment and then you'll start making a lot of money. Might sound like a salesman, but it actually works. Also, happy post-Father's Day. Sorry that you didn't get your expectations met. I was actually texting my boys, my best friends, saying, happy Father's Day, bro. Some of my best friends from Los Angeles, they moved, to Texas, they were in Los Angeles, they moved, that I taught both of them how to click buttons. So they actually quit their 6-figure jobs in California. Just basically means you make minimum wage. Happy Father's Day. Yes, amazing, an hour plus away from wheels are falling off the city, because down here, they're falling off. And then he says, best month trading I've had in a while. And I've been friends with him for 30 years. This one, 5? I met this guy drunk in an elevator with his wife, which I brought waters to. The big smart water, the expensive ones with packets, because I knew the next morning would not be good. He actually sent me from 5 to 6. This was a month. He said he didn't know I was going to use this. I'm going to use it. $69,000. Your portfolio. In 1 month, he made $70,000. So if you decide to share my video with your friend, he's like, okay, this guy's real doom and gloom, but I swear, it all works. I may say things like economic heart attack, 3 top experts detail how they say a possible U.S. debt crisis unfolding. Then I teach you how to swing trade it. This is the S&P 500 traded on the hour. Each one of these bars is 1 hour. I actually sure this made some money. Anyways, put it in the course. Beat down. You put in a buy right there, and you ride it up until it's purple. And then you take your money and run. You wait for the next beat down, right? Beat down. Oh, no, we're all going to die. One candle close. You ride it up. All the way up, up, take profit. And this is where we're currently at. This is live. If you're from Texas, y'all should be taking profit. Getting ready for the next setup. You see, this is ES1. This is futures. I'm running a 1-minute sale, $199. If you are brand spanking new, start here. Tell your friends, start here. $1 million. Ultimate guide, step by step, swing trade, AI. And if you're in the course, we may actually go live this week. For those of you that are in the course, you'll be the first ones to get a crack at it. And this is different than what I launched in December. Those were bots. This is AI. It's completely different. Bots trade my strategies. AI doubles down. This has been like 8 months in the making. Amazing, I have to say. While I tell you the bad news, economic heart attack. Then I'll get to war and all the good stuff in just a second. Top 3 experts detail how they see a possible U.S. debt crisis unfolding. So with this, buy gold on the dip. I think central banks see this coming. Central banks have been buying nearly 4 times more gold than what has been publicly disclosed. They're lying. And this means we could be getting really close to the end. And it is the entire world. Look at China's central bank increased its gold holdings by 2 tons in April, posting their 6th consecutive monthly purchase. This chart would make Peter Schiff very, very happy. Look at this. Trump 2025. Here it is. Up, always up. See, gold is the standard. That's where you want to measure things. If you want to measure the dollar, measure it to gold. You want to measure Bitcoin, measure it to gold. People like to measure things based on the dollar, but the dollar always goes down. You want to measure the stock market, measure it to gold. You probably won't be outperforming the way you think you are. There is a reason why my very first video on this channel was stop saving your money, because you're kind of an idiot if you do that. I mean, you're like, you're saving something that goes down. That's like saving sand. I don't know. Unless you're in California, I mean, Gavin Newsom will probably lose that. Oh, this just in, California is currently out of sand. Ever since that I started this channel, I'm like, save in gold. And then if you really want to be financially intelligent and blow the barn doors open, trade. I know a lot of people are like, oh, that takes time. I know, like 3 minutes a day. I can't handle that. Just you look at my watch list, link in the description. You're like, okay, I'll buy here. And then you look, you're like, oh, hey, it's purple. I'll take profit. Hey, I'll text my friend. I made 70 grand this month. Hey, I'm thinking about like quitting my job. I never thought in a trillion years. I'm always like, wait, this could actually be like that job, that side hustle that I used to, that's what I did. I'm like, start a business on Amazon, start a business, trade equities. Now I'm like, wait, trading equities is a business. Trade equities. No employees. Your risk is extremely minimal. I mean, you're sitting there. This is it. Ow. Let's say you broke your finger. Okay, you got 9 more. Even if you do that, you're like, well, I have AI now. I've owned more businesses, brick and mortar, retail, clothing, just on and on. Software. I was a CEO. I was a SaaS company. Really cool. Real estate. You name it. I've had it. Airbnbs. And in the end, there is nothing better. I'm not kidding. Click a button. I get in. Oh no, I'm scared. Get out. It's not like the housing market, right? How much do you have to come up with? What's stock market? Nothing. You can take a leverage 1 to 100. How long does it take to sell a house? Could be 6 months, could be a year, could be a month, whatever. How long does it take to sell stock that fast? Going back to gold and silver. I like holding physical. That's great. But GLD, just click. But with this currently going on, again, physical will protect your wealth. Owning brick and mortar, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, I'd rather trade Target, Pink, Victoria's Secrets, Gold Gym, Zara. Well, but to own this stuff, this is H&M, Sephora. This is what it looks like right now. Here's Los Angeles. Boy, this is like current. This is right now. This is beautiful. Boy, babe, let's go shopping this afternoon. Do you think there might be a little bit more of a move towards online? And the losses that these people are taking, Los Angeles. Government officials hate you. If you live in California, Newsom hates you. I don't know if that's documented, maybe hates you, maybe really dislikes you. The whole culture is like anti-business. They're like, call off the National Guard, we'll handle it. Go ahead, keep burning them down. This a few years ago. They burnt everything down. Now when they're burning it down, Trump's trying to stop it, and Newsom's like, stop! My plan is not working to roll over ashes. And even, you take the housing market, the most beautiful, pristine, coastal, oh, hey, look, it's all erupted in fires. You'll never be able to build it back. You can build back better, but you ain't. Everything from insurance. I mean, the whole thing's rigged. If you are a business owner, they hate you. Oh, live breaking news, Fox News.
Response team at the SBA that $1 billion of damage has been done to businesses in that area where those violent riots are taking place. Governor Newsom has made a strategic decision at every step of this process to stand with criminal illegals instead of standing with ICE, instead of standing with our brave men and women and police officers, instead of standing with small businesses. He's refused to ask for a disaster declaration that would support the recovery of these small businesses you just heard from, who've been looted, who've been vandalized, and we've got to make sure that we hold Governor Newsom accountable for and make sure his residents know he's not fighting for them.
Breaking news, people of California. The government is against you. Well, definitely state and local. They hate you. Recommendation, just jump to Nevada. And then if you want people to say hello to you on the streets, go to Texas. You don't have to pay state tax. Look at this. Breaking news. Every single year, there are around 20,000 people that are victims of hit and run by, lo and behold, illegals. It happened to me more than once. My sister actually lost her boyfriend by that. I was in my vehicle, slammed right into me, took out my vehicle. I'm getting out. He's like, hasta luegos. I mean, I guess if I didn't have insurance, I'd probably peace out too. And if you think for a second that it is not going to get worse, that it is not going to heat up, that Trump is not going to back down, because he ain't. He's getting them out. It's going to continue. Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm so sorry. They came into the house illegally. They're going to leave legally. Yes, they spent, what, $500 billion, $750 billion. We're going to have to spend another $500 billion getting them out. But there is a reason for that. It has to do with power, voting. He has about 3 years to pull this off. President Trump announced that he has directed his entire administration, talking about doubling down, to devote every possible resource to expanding ICE raids in major cities such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. So this is not going to stop. I'm assuming that standing up at street corners protesting this will continue also. Again, how do you solve it? Trade it. Here's your oil trade. Now, everyone wants to go in right now because it's up. Hey, guys, my oil trade, I talked about this. Sorry, see? That's a trend line. The trend is your friend until the end. You couldn't get above it. That means oil will pull back very quickly. Just swing trade it. Just swing trade it. It goes up and down. So tomorrow it might be up. I'm just giving you, that's the big picture. You got to get above that line. Iran preparing for the largest, biggest in human history. And if they take out that little spot that all that oil travels through, oil's going to just shoot through the roof. But wait for it. You'll know, the charts will predict it ahead of time. Put it on like the 1 hour. It'll get you. And then all of a sudden it's like zoom, because people talk. Do you not think military leaders, politicians are like, hey, John, in a few hours, we're going to start dropping some bombs. Yeah. Okay. Buy oil. When it goes purple, get out. Over 20 U.S. military aircraft en route to Israel. It's going down, kids. We got big carriers heading South China Sea towards the Middle East. Reuters. Again, at the end of the day, okay, great. Did my digits go up because of this? That's what I do. I give you the news. You trade the charts. And with that, I love you. I will see you tomorrow.